In the ever-expanding multiverse of superhero battles, fans love to imagine clashes that pit grounded warriors against godlike titans. Among these dream battles, few spark as much excitement and curiosity as Peacemaker versus Homelander. On the surface, it looks like a mismatch, one man, armed with helmets, guns, and relentless determination, facing off against the most powerful and terrifying figure from the boys. Yet when you dive deeper, this battle becomes more fascinating than you might think. Christopher Smith, better known as Peacemaker, is a complex man shaped by trauma and ideology. His motto is simple yet twisted: peace at any cost. He will kill men, women, and even children if it means preserving what he believes is the greater good. He's no ordinary soldier. He is a master marksman, an unpredictable fighter, and above all, someone who never backs down, no matter the odds. Homelander, in contrast, is the ultimate manufactured god. Created in a lab, raised without compassion, and manipulated into believing he is the savior of humanity, Homelander hides his darkness behind a patriotic smile. With powers rivaling Superman, flight, invulnerability, super strength, and devastating laser vision, Homelander is more than just a hero. He's a nightmare with a cape. But here lies the ultimate question. Can the sheer willpower and unconventional methods of Peacemaker even scratch the near unstoppable Homelander? To understand the answer, we must explore their backgrounds, their powers, their psychology, and ultimately the battleground that would decide their fate: background and motivation. To truly appreciate this showdown, we must examine what drives these men. Motivation fuels every move in battle, and here, the contrasts could not be sharper. Peacemaker was born into abuse and harsh discipline. His father, Augie Smith, instilled in him a warped sense of justice, breaking him down mentally and physically until Christopher believed that the only way to earn respect was through violence. That trauma shaped him into a man consumed by contradictions, violent but obsessed with peace, ruthless yet oddly noble in his own twisted way. His motivation in battle is never glory or fame, it is the pursuit of peace through dominance. That mindset makes him dangerous because he sees every fight as an absolute mission with no room for hesitation. Homelander's story is one of power without humanity. Engineered by Vought International, he was denied family, compassion, and morality. Instead, he was raised as a weapon and a product, programmed to equate power with love and dominance with adoration. His motivation is not peace or justice, it is the need to be worshipped, to be recognized as the most important being in existence. Every fight for Homelander is about asserting superiority and crushing anyone who dares to challenge his throne. Herein lies the heart of this battle. Peacemaker fights because he must, driven by obsession and duty, while Homelander fights because he enjoys proving his godlike dominance. One seeks peace through chaos, the other seeks control through fear. The clash of ideologies sets the stage for one of the most intense battles imaginable. Powers and abilities. When it comes to raw abilities, the difference between Peacemaker and Homelander is staggering. Homelander is essentially a Superman without limits. His strength is immeasurable. He can crush bones, tear steel apart, and obliterate enemies with casual ease. His invulnerability makes bullets, explosives, and conventional weaponry laughably ineffective. Add to this his ability to fly at supersonic speeds and unleash devastating heat vision that can slice through virtually anything, and you have a character who embodies the phrase unstoppable force. Peacemaker, however, is no ordinary man. While he lacks superhuman powers, he compensates with training, ingenuity, and an arsenal of advanced technology. His most valuable weapons are the helmets designed by his father, each with unique abilities. The Sonic Boom helmet in particular is the ace up his sleeve. Its destructive shockwaves can level buildings, incapacitate groups of enemies, and, at least in theory, pose a serious threat even to someone like Homelander if used strategically. In a direct contest of powers, Peacemaker's guns and combat skills would do little to Homelander's invulnerable frame, but Peacemaker has always thrived by being unconventional. His skill set lies in creating opportunities, exploiting weaknesses, and pushing limits that others would never dare to test. Homelander's overwhelming power makes him confident, but confidence can lead to vulnerability. If Peacemaker finds even the slightest crack, he will exploit it without hesitation. Psychology and strategy. Now let us move beyond the physical and into the mind. In many battles, psychology is just as important as strength. And this is where the fight becomes intriguing. Homelander is not just powerful, he is unstable. His fragile ego demands constant validation. If he feels mocked, disrespected, or challenged, his anger often overrides rational strategy. This volatility can make him reckless, lashing out with overwhelming force but without careful calculation. If Peacemaker understands this, he can weaponize Homelander's arrogance, baiting him into mistakes. Peacemaker, meanwhile, is unpredictable by nature. His sense of humor, his insane bravado, and his willingness to sacrifice himself for his mission all make him difficult to anticipate. In battle, he doesn't always follow logic, and that chaos can confuse even the most powerful opponents. He is not afraid to take punishment, and he is crazy enough to gamble everything on a risky move. Imagine the battlefield. Homelander hovers in the air, glowing eyes ready to burn everything in sight. Peacemaker, battered but unyielding, taunts him, mocking his need to be loved. Homelander, enraged, dives in headfirst, blasting with laser vision. But at the last second, Peacemaker activates the sonic boom helmet. The shockwave erupts, knocking Homelander out of the sky and slamming him into the earth with bone-rattling force. The crowd gasps. For the first time, Homelander bleeds. But does that mean victory? Not quite. Homelander rises, angrier than ever. Eyes burning like twin suns, the damage was real, but not enough. His rage is unleashed, and he retaliates with lethal precision. One blast of laser vision scorches the ground around Peacemaker, and with a speed no human can match, Homelander closes in. Peacemaker fights valiantly, throwing punches, firing weapons, even launching another helmet trick. But Homelander's superiority begins to show. Slowly but surely, the tide turns back in favor of the godlike tyrant. Final verdict: who would win? And now, the answer you've been waiting for. When comparing Peacemaker and Homelander, the conclusion is clear. In a fair fight, face-to-face, with no preparation, Homelander is the overwhelming victor. His strength, speed, durability, and laser vision are simply beyond anything Peacemaker can realistically counter. Even with his sonic boom helmet, Peacemaker's chances of defeating Homelander outright are slim to none. That said, Peacemaker deserves respect for even standing in this fight. His sheer determination, his refusal to quit, and his unpredictable tactics mean that he could hurt Homelander, embarrass him, or even temporarily incapacitate him. But defeat? That's a different story. So, the final verdict is this. Homelander would crush Peacemaker in a head-to-head battle. The sheer disparity in power makes the outcome inevitable. Yet Peacemaker's unrelenting spirit ensures he would not go down quietly. He would make Homelander fight harder than expected. He would make him bleed. And in doing so, Peacemaker would win something greater than victory. He would win the audience's respect. And that, perhaps, is the most fitting ending. Homelander walks away as the victor, but Peacemaker ensures that the world never forgets the man who dared to challenge a god. Final result: Homelander wins decisively, but Peacemaker earns eternal respect for his courage and defiance. Make sure to explore the rest of my videos for even more exciting character crossovers and intense battles that you won't want to miss. I truly appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. Your support means the world to me. Don't forget to stay tuned for more awesome content coming your way. And as always, take care of yourselves, stay happy, stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next one.